welcome to GloryHoundd and the Uninvited Gamers. I'm your host, GloryHoundd, and tonight's Uninvited Gamers are...
Dr. GloryHoundd.
Greg Dixon, how you doing?
And tonight we're going to be talking about Dice Tower Con, which Greg got to go to.
I did. I go every year.
That's right.
Oh, so it's a must-con for you.
Must
For me
go.
it is, yeah.
Must go. Why is it a must go for you?
Well, there's some personal reasons. I have family that lives in Florida, so it's a chance to see family as well. But beyond that, it's an excellent convention. It's very focused on just playing games.
Okay.
They have a
I like conventions like that.
Yeah, and they do have exhibitors there. They have special guests there. You'll see the Eric Langs and the Richard Laniuses and the content creators and all that kind of stuff there as well. But it's also just they have a great game library too, which are really easy to check out. 24/7 gaming too, by the way.
Oh,
you can go in the library at 3 in the morning and check out a game.
If you have insomnia, I mean, this is a great place for you.
No additional fees for anything.
It's a good place to start like doing cocaine for the first time.
Well, that's true. That's true.
That's what I found.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, if you're already spending money...
That's your vacation.
If you can buy board games and go to Florida, you got enough money for coke.
It's also... I plead the fifth. It's also family friendly. So
Okay.
Except for the cocaine part.
Except for the cocaine
except for
part.
the piles, like Scarface levels of cocaine. It is very...
in every bathroom.
It's
It's
very
fine.
family friendly. Okay.
Poor Tom Vassell. He's going to be like, no,
No.
it's not.
No.
It's not.
Cease and desist.
He
Do
does
not
not.
talk
Yeah,
about my
right?
con.
He does not
You can never
provide
talk about our
cocaine.
con ever again.
No, it is kid friendly though, which is cool. They actually have a kids room that's open from 1 to 5.
Yeah, that's
Can you
what,
lock
that's
it?
right.
Like, lock them in there?
Yeah,
They
it
lock
locks
the
from the
volunteers
outside.
in
Yeah,
there.
you just lock everybody in. You're like, okay, we're secure.
No, it's cool. So you can go, and then during that pretty good window of time, you can drop your kids off. They're playing games. They have raffles for the kids. They're winning prizes.
Okay, that is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Because like that's the first thing I realized after having a kid is that I want them to be somewhere else.
Yes. Lesson 1 of parenting.
I'm kidding.
And Dice Tower Con gives you that opportunity.
Put them someplace
Yeah.
else where
I
they
never-
can play games without
I
you.
never realized how much money I would spend for somebody else to take my child away.
Yes.
Well, it's
That's-
quite a bit. You
that's
could buy
the
a lot
mouse.
of board games with that money, people.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just
Sure.
saying.
So
Kids,
you choose.
board games,
Keep the
kids and
species
board
alive
games, much
or
harder
have
to
fun.
do.
Do we
Much
need
harder
to,
to
though?
do.
I
Yeah.
don't know. We're destroying ourselves anyway. Anyway, I think we're maybe off topic.
Okay.
Dice Tower Con.
Yes.
Recommend
Thanks for
it.
keeping us
Okay.
on topic.
It's very
Because
fun.
you can go there and you can hang out and you know
Yeah.
your kids can play games with other kids.
And the-
You can go
and
play
the little
games
kids
with
are
people
not ever
like
in the main room.
And Tom
Yeah.
Vassell like watches your kids specifically.
He ducks in there and checks
Yeah.
on things.
he
you
gives
know.
everybody high fives.
Gives everyone high five. He's walking around
Yeah.
with his kids the whole time.
Very
He's teaching
cool.
them all how to play Reef.
And it's not too big of a con. It's only like a few thousand people.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's
it's not
pretty
like Gen Con crazy huge. Like you will get a chance to see and interact and maybe game with, content creators and designers and publishers and stuff, which is part of what's fun about
Was
it.
anybody excited to game with you?
People.
I saw you get posted up on the internet. They're like, oh my god.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody had posted about
Oh,
you
that's
being
cool.
there. Yeah,
No,
and
there
I was
were-
like, oh,
It was your
that's
wife.
neat.
Yeah. I'm glad
my
he.
God, I
I'm
get
glad
to
he
game with
figured
him
out how to
finally.
print out his boarding pass. Good for him.
I'm so happy for him. Look, he's wearing pants.
He's an adult,
So
kind
good.
of. No, there were people there who recognized us from our podcast, Hooked on
Right.
Geek and stuff. So that was cool. Yeah, but yeah, it's a great. For us, we're just mostly there to fan out and have a good time
Right.
and play games.
Well-
and they have a hot games table, or section, I should say, with a bunch of tables that have like stuff that's not quite out yet or just coming out that you can also learn there. So
Although I
Nice.
like looking at new games and stuff like that, I really enjoy the experience of going to a convention and going, all right, I want to learn something new or play something new or play with people that like make new friends and stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
It's
like
a very friendly
and I love that.
atmosphere. And the first year in 2012 was like 300 people, and I
Yeah.
think I heard the majority of those have come every year.
Okay, good.
So
yeah.
it's like it,
So slowly
reta-
getting
it retains
bigger.
the people who've come. Like if
Yeah.
you come, you're going to go again.
Yeah.
is what I'm trying to
That's
say. And of course, it's grown as well. Now
Yeah.
it's like 3,000.
How many days is it?
It's Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, it's 5 days.
Okay.
But people go early. They show up at like the weekend before, and
Right.
they meet up, and there's always stuff happening.
And hang out and
And
have-
it's in Orlando.
It's a vacation. It's a summer vacation is
So
what
you
it
can
is.
go
Yeah,
to the parks. And
exactly. You go
yeah.
to Orlando, you go to Disney World and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then you go play
Casually
board
go to the
games.
parks.
You know
Just-
how it is.
Just go
you
spend
know.
a couple $1,000s at the
How it
parks
is.
real quick.
No big deal.
Or you look at Disney World from outside and cry a little bit, and then you go and play games.
You know what
Don't
we
make
like
this
to do?
funny.
What we like to do is Gatorland.
Gator. What the hell is that?
It's a theme park that's affordable.
It's just a bunch of gators running around.
It's pretty cool. They have live gator shows. You can like feed alligators.
It's like
and
alligators with
crocodiles.
like the Mickey ears on and stuff. Like, come on down to
Now,
Gator Land.
these are our female gators. They'll watch your kids. We lock them in a room from 1 to 5.
So Stephanie, my wife and I, we like reptiles and that sort of. We have a
Oh
giant
my
tortoise as a pet.
That
and
explains
stuff.
why she picked you.
Yeah,
Very
very
lizard-like.
very reptilian. And it's fun. You get to go there and feed the gators, and they do shows with them where they're jumping out of the water and stuff.
It's the SeaWorld of gators.
It's a little low budge compared to some of the parks, but it's good. It's
I went
fun.
to Skeeterland, which is just mosquitoes.
Oh, well.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah.
It's very free.
The malaria waiver at the beginning is
yeah.
kind of a buzzkill.
Yeah.
A little bit. You will get yellow fever. You will get it.
All right. Well, so if you haven't checked out Dice Tower Con, I mean, it's over for this year, but
Yeah.
definitely, pick it up next year.
And if you have an excess of money, but not an excess of friends, you can pay for us
That's
to go.
right. You could pay for us to go, and we will go, and we'll play games
And
with
we'll-
you.
we'll be nice to
I
you.
will beat you in every game, okay? I promise.
She will try.
I will.
She will try.
So, played this week. I'd like to talk about an awesome game that I played.
Don't talk about it.
My Little Scythe. So, My Little Scythe is by Stone Mayer Games, and it's for 8+, 1 to 6 players, and runs about 45 to 60 minutes.
It's got that coveted solo play for Spindler. It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
He loves
Is Spindler
solo
a
play.
big
all
solo
about
player?
the solo play.
Yeah,
He's a big
apparently
fan.
he does not have a lot of friends.
Oh,
No.
Good to know.
sadness.
Is
So-
it though?
I really like My Little Scythe because it's like a very simplified version of the larger game, but then it's made with these really cute little tiny like animal minis that are like, you have your little
She's
little,
into really small, tiny, cute things.
little tiny cute minis.
Yeah, she is.
Hey, your wife likes lizards, mine likes cute things, all right?
They're like little anthropomorphic. Easy for you to say.
But then
anthropomorphic animals.
like you have
Little minis.
the one that looks like
Tiny
it's from
animals.
Russia with the little head cap on and
Yeah.
stuff. He's super cute, like they're all themed little minis, and they're very high quality minis.
The Russian
like,
bear starts off cute, but then he takes over like Crimea, and then it gets really bad.
well, whenever I was looking at him, I expected oh, okay. I didn't expect it looks like an Arcadia Quest style mini where it's like this cute
Yeah.
chibi mini.
What's that?
That's like just adorable
I
to
think
look
the
at.
minis might even be better than the Scythe minis.
Oh, they are definitely. They're better than
They're
the Scythe
heftier,
minis. Yeah.
They feel like better quality.
They are, yeah. And then you have like all these little gemstones and stuff that you play with, which I mean, gemstones are they're cool to look at. So
She didn't say that when we were getting married. Like, it had to be an
Aside-
actual diamond. I couldn't just give her a
see a
gemstone.
aside from the cuteness of the game, it has awesome mechanics because it's like that scaled back scythe. So if
Yeah.
I was going to teach somebody Scythe, I'd almost teach them My Little Scythe first, so then they kind of get the mechanics of the game down, and then move them to the bigger version where it's more complex and there's a lot more
You've grown
stuff
up
going
now.
on.
You
Yeah,
need real scythe.
right.
I think it's important though to point out that it's not trivial. I mean, there's still a fair amount to learn. It's not like a gateway
No, not
game.
at all. No,
It's still got.
It's not like a kid's game. It's like maybe a family game.
Right,
You know
and
what I
that's
mean?
kind of how
Right.
they said it. So they're like, this isn't a kid's game; it's a family
Right.
style game. So
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna take my 4-year-old and be like, hey, let's
No.
play My Little Scythe. No, they might not understand it. You can try. I mean, you could
But
certainly
as a
try,
family,
but
you guys can conquer it.
It's
Well,
kind
absolutely.
of a medium weight Euro, probably.
It
it's
is.
like a next step
But-
game, probably after you learn like Ticket to
Medium
Ride or
husky.
something.
the pictures on it and stuff make it look like a very childlike game.
Yeah.
is what it looks like.
And that's
And
why I think it's important to point that
Well,
out.
who doesn't want to be mauled by like a Russian bear, like with a cute little hat and
I think
everything?
we've talked about this in a previous episode. You and your wolf
Obsession
and
with-
bear
Yeah.
fascination.
I'm a fan of mammals. let
How
me
do you feel
just
about
tell ya.
otters?
I love otters.
So you have all the same actions though as you
great.
would in.
Your face lit
I
up.
do love otters.
You have all
Wow.
the
You
same.
have some otters?
You have all the same actions that you would in Scythe, where you have a board and then you have certain choices on your board, and you take your little pawn, you place it there, and then that's the action you're going to take on the board, and you're collecting gems, and you're trying to get them to the little factory in the middle and stuff, and it's a small hexagonal board and stuff. Like, it has all those same aspects of it. So I almost
real
thought it
talk,
was
though,
like,
is there any otters in this game?
I don't
I
think
don't know.
so.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
know. You're going to have to write
Because
Stonemare.
now I'm like,
Maybe an expansion.
yeah, and be like,
Now I'm pumped
we
up for
need
Otterland.
we need otters. Yeah, like that.
Otterland.
Do
I
it.
want to go to Otterland.
Right?
That sounds amazing.
you just roll around in a pile of them,
This is the
I bet
game
you
though
do.
throwing clams.
that I would play if like I just wanted a quick play with somebody coming over, and by a quick play I mean yes, an hour, but like that's a quick play for me.
Yeah, it doesn't overstay its welcome.
No, not at all.
It moves pretty quickly.
You don't have like fights. You have pie throwing contests where where you're throwing pies at your teammates.
You actually have the little spinner,
and
it shows pies, and then you can collect pie cards.
Yeah,
to tell you
and
how many
pies you
are
can
like
throw
flying through the air on the artwork on the card.
It's adorable.
But I like the friendship. I think the biggest
the
difference
friendship meter.
is the friendship meter.
Yeah, which takes place of your popularity.
Yeah.
So if you play Scythe and you have your popularity meter, instead you have the friendship meter that you're going up to gain multipliers on things and stuff like that. So it's very cool.
There's a certain threshold. If you're below a certain line, then
that's
you can't complete your objectives.
That's right, because people don't like you enough.
They're not friendly enough. So you have to, and one of the ways you can be friendly is, this has dice in it, unlike Scythe. And you roll the dice and they give you like the resources that you can put on the board.
Yes.
And if you place the resources on another player,
that's right,
then your friendship goes up. But
because you're like helping them out.
So you got to find that balance between like being nice to everyone around you, but still win the game.
I feel like this is a game where like me and my wife would like gang up on the kid. Like we're good friends, but like we just like take her out.
You're out.
And I like
you can be replaced.
We can make another one.
In your case, you're like literally there is another one.
Yeah, we can do it.
There's two blonde little girls in this house.
Most of
you guys
can't tell you apart.
We only
They'll just assume we always had one, and they never realized.
We only need, when it's all said and done. At 18, we only need one blonde.
I've heard though a conversation where somebody was like, "This is only a kids game," and then somebody saying,
"I disagree."
No, it's a family game.
Right, there's a difference.
And the person that was like, "This is a kids game," was very adamant about saying, "You don't play a game with grown-ups and then throw pies at them and have a friendship meter. Like, this is a kid's game." And I'm like,
never seen the demographic for My Little Pony?
I don't know.
Like
right,
the trading card game.
And I made that comment too, you know?
All adults.
Well, and it's kid friendly, but I think mechanically, if there's enough going on that adults will be interested and involved and have complex enough choices that they'll be engaged.
Let me paint a scenario for you.
Please.
You're overseas, somewhere in the Middle East. There's a lot of conflict.
Ugh.
You got a choice of either throwing pies or shooting people with a gun. What's your choice?
Well, can I choose what they bring back to me?
Pie fight.
I'd rather they pie me than shoot me.
You give them pies, you get pies.
Yes.
You guys figured out with pies.
By the end, we're all laughing, having a good time. Maybe a little over our calorie count for the day, but it's worth it.
Because you get to eat whatever hits your face. Like, that's yours.
Well,
You're like trying to get hit in that case.
Yeah.
I like the backstory to this game, though, too, that it was a fan-made My Little Pony-esque
version
that someone
of it.
made for their family to play with their kids. And Jamie Stegmaier was like, hey, we can make this
this is an awesome game.
You're like, I love this game, but I want to make it more accessible for my whole family. And so you make your own
absolutely,
fan
because
version.
I'm not going to bring my mom Scythe and be like, let's play this game.
No.
Let's do this.
So
no,
then-
I'm going to bring her My Little Scythe and be like, hey, let's play this really cute game. And she's going to be like,
Scythe
oh,
has
okay.
board shock. When you look at the board, you're like, well, there's so much going on here. But once you play it, it's not actually that complicated. But every time I've seen it, like first rolled out,
well, it takes people a while to learn that game, you know, if they're first starting out.
And everyone's boards
there's
are
a lot going on.
differently,
Yeah.
so you can't just say, here's how it works. Well, here's how it works on my board, but your board's different. Like,
right. You can't just like look over and be like, what is Greg doing? That's what I want to do.
Yeah. Oh, he looks like, okay, I'm going to take that choice. Yeah.
Well, I'd pick a good player to shoot
a good player.
Right.
So, My Little Scythe, I believe, is still on pre-order right now, but I totally recommend getting it. If you already have Scythe, it's gonna give you a good like gateway to that game. If you want to just play an interesting game that's gonna have a little bit of complexity but easy play with other people, like this is a great game for that. I loved this game a lot.
did too.
From the art and the minis to the gameplay, like I loved everything about this game. I can't say one bad thing about it. I think it was just really solid.
The insert's impressive. I mean, they kind of thought of
the insert
everything.
Was impressive.
Yeah.
It was. Everything fit exactly where it needed to go. Yeah.
And everything. Yeah.
There was nothing bad about this. The minis were fantastic.
You would bag this up.
I'm going to get this game. So.
I don't know why you're like looking at me like, do I not get to play it?
I'm going.
I'm going to get this game.
She's gonna get this
You
game.
will not.
She's gonna invite Spindler over because clearly he needs friends.
Let me be clear.
I'm gonna get this game and just solo play.
She's gonna invite me over.
She's like, let me
You're
be
gonna
clear.
make us some snacks.
I'm going to
We want you in like a silky kind of get up.
Can I wear a kimono?
Okay, maybe. But I want it like
with a Russian
cap to your navel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I want some chest hair coming out.
I'd have to order some.
And then when I'm about to make a die roll, I'm like,
luck.
all right, give me some good luck.
I'd have to order some. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
There's one thing.
Well, no, it's
recommend
not
them
rough
to.
at all. It's not.
We don't grow
rough.
chest hair.
No. Yeah.
You don't
keep
grow
it
chest
smooth.
hair.
All right. Well, Dr. GloryHoundd, what
Get a
did you
chest
play
hair.
this week? The little insert.
A little merkin.
And that's right.
You didn't let me.
They have shirts for that.
You didn't actually let me play anything this week.
That's true. Okay, Greg, what
You
did
finally-
you play this week?
She
Finally
just
did.
let him out of the crate to come here and
Yeah,
record
it's
him. That's
That
it.
was it.
Yes.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Is it me or you?
No, go for it. What you got?
So we mentioned Dice Tower Con. I got to play one of my recent new favorite games, Shards of Infinity, at Dice Tower Con, which I'd played before, but I got to play it with the unreleased expansion. I have a buddy who works for Stoneblade, and so just real quick, if you're not familiar with Shards of Infinity, it's a deck builder. It's a 2 to 4 player. It's a 2 to 4 player deck builder, combat deck builder. So think of like Star Realms. Have you guys played Star Realms?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's the same idea, but it goes up to 4. It's all inclusive in the same box. And you've got these cool, instead of the cards that you have to use to keep track of.
These are cool.
I bagged them up.
You bagged it up.
Stay protected.
Instead of using the cards to keep track of like your hit points and stuff, it's got these cool rollers. Think of like King of Tokyo or something.
Yeah, no, these are really
Don't
cool.
sour her
These
on
are
the
cool.
Oh, sorry.
Don't ever use that as a reference around her.
But one of the cool things about, I mean, these are the people who've done Ascension. So I feel like they took 10 years of like developing a deck builder and took all that knowledge into, okay, we're going to make a new deck builder, put all this cool stuff into the base set, and make it super dirt cheap. And it's like $16 online probably.
Oh, wow.
And there's some cool mechanics that are different. One of them is there's mercenary cards in the middle that if you need that card now, instead of having to buy it, put it in your discard, wait for it to cycle through.
You're such a ham.
She is.
Every face.
She's going to screen capture those, and those are going to be like the promotional
That's right. That's going to be the
images.
promotional images for this show right here.
Anyone listening to the audio, you have no idea what you just
what
missed.
the heck is happening. The ridiculousness of it all.
But that mechanic, the mechanic I was describing. Oh my gosh. See, this is how you incentivize people to check you out on YouTube.
That's right, you got to,
they're listening
because
to
you have
audio,
no
like,
idea.
what are they laughing
Why are they
at?
laughing so
What's just
hard?
I
What's
don't
happening?
understand what you guys are laughing
What,
at.
like a dog just walk in or something?
A dog
You
did
don't
walk
get to see. You don't get to see the card size pasties that Dr. GloryHoundd is creating on himself.
To go underneath
They
his
need to be
kimono.
card size too. Huge.
Oh, really?
Like flapjack.
Have
no,
you seen like
very
a doctor? Okay.
tiny. Tiny cute things is her thing, remember?
So
Everything is very bite sized.
Yes, bite size.
Yikes.
No teeth, kids. So imagine. It's a good game. Check it out.
Yay!
And for fans of the game,
Yes.
the expansion does sort of address things that I think the fans are going to be excited about.
Okay. Okay.
Not,
So
not
there
that
was
it's
like
not good as a base game.
some minor
That's what expansion's
tweaks that it
supposed to do.
needed.
Well, there's just things that people have been kind of asking, like, are you going to do this or that?
Yeah.
And the answer is
Yeah.
probably yes. Like, from what I've seen of the expansion, it's pretty cool.
Well, that's what expansion is supposed to do. It's supposed to improve the base game, so you're like, it adds
Yeah.
an extra element. Like,
It does.
So let's just say, like Lords of Waterdeep. Let's add corruption. So like, you can get more resources
Yeah.
faster, but then you're gonna get negative points at the end, and you got to mitigate that risk.
It gives you a little
it
bit
added
more.
something without taking away and making the base game worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely improves upon what's already a really good design. There's a lot of cool mechanics that this incorporates that you go like, oh, I kind of wish all deck builders would do this now.
And that's 2 to 4 players,
2 to 4, yep.
10 plus.
30
minutes?
Age, yeah, I guess it's 10 plus. Yeah, 30-ish minutes.
Yeah.
If you play it with 2, it's much faster. You play it with 3 or 4, it has a more epic kind of a feel.
Yeah.
But it's good at all player counts.
I think I've walked by a couple
Does it have
times and
solo
seen
play?
everybody playing this game.
Sorry, Spindler, it doesn't have solo play.
Well,
You'd have to play both hands
Yeah.
versus each other.
It has a
unique adventure
It has
like
a shield
that.
mechanic, which is cool. So, like, if someone does damage to you, you can reveal a card that has like a shield icon and block some of the damage, and then you still get to use that card for the other purposes that are on it. You know, in deck builders too, oftentimes there's cards that you're like, oh, I need that card now, but I have to buy it. It cycles through. I finally
Yeah,
get it
I
7
won't get
turns
it till later.
There's certain type of cards called mercenary cards. You can pay the full amount, use them in that moment, and then discard them. So like a one-time use, but you might need that ability
Like
right
a
then.
real mercenary.
Like a heal effect, or
Like a
maybe
legit
a card.
mercenary.
Yeah, exactly. So it mechanically makes sense. And the other cool thing about it is person has a Shard of Infinity, which is like a piece of this like machine that was used to like destroy the world.
They're gonna get sued so bad by Marvel.
The
Shield, Shard of
Infinity.
This is starting to line up.
You saw on the cards the little
and then
wheels.
Wolverine.
All right, Alter Pro.
It's Stoneblade. You saw like the hit point. You saw like the points, right? But or the hit points.
On the little.
But there's also a mastery wheel.
Thing, yeah.
So like when you get to certain points in the mastery wheel by spending your currency to upgrade, the cards upgrade as well. So you have the same card that might give you 2 damage, but when you upgrade to a certain point, now it's 5 damage.
I like
that scales throughout the game as you're playing, so things get harder.
So if you think of like Mystic Veil, where they were trying to do that with sleeves, this is a much less clunky way to do that.
Of doing it, yeah.
And I really like it. And if you get to the maxed out mastery, your damage card, if you can cycle through and get it, does infinite damage and kills everyone else at the table. So there's always this sort of built-in clock of like, oh crap,
we need to hurry.
Yeah, he's at 27 mastery.
I remember
he's
that.
a few turns away from maxing out and killing all of us.
Yeah,
the upgrading your powers, because most deck builders you get to a point where you're like, this card is
now crappy,
and you have to find ways to discard it or get rid of it because you're like, I don't want this.
As
card
a result,
ever.
there's less coal cards in this, but you don't need them as much because of that upgrade.
Well,
mechanic.
I came into a game when everybody was playing it at a table, and I came into that last part where somebody was going to like win the game and like knock everybody out, but it's like everybody's turned against them. Yeah, it's like
I like
we
that
gotta
above
stop
the table
that shit
sort of
right
politics.
now.
Yeah. No, there's definitely,
and that was exciting sitting there, even just being out of play and watching that happen. I'm like, oh man, like shit's going down.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that. Like, he's in the lead.
Yeah, we need to do something about this.
And I saw the card he bought 3 turns ago. It's coming back soon, and he's going to destroy us. And so that's part. With 2 players, that doesn't happen, obviously, but with 3 or 4. That happens. So anyway,
well, and it sounds like an inexpensive game to purchase.
It's super cheap.
And you can purchase the expansion right now or no?
The expansion's October. Is
okay.
They told me.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, so fancy.
Right. Well, Dr. GloryHoundd, what did you play?
We've been playing a lot of the Unlock games.
Okay.
Have you played any of those?
I've played a few of them.
Okay. So we've played Unlocked, and then we played the other one, which is
Exit games.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say the main difference between the two is that your exit game seems to be more abstract. Like you might be in a lab and you might be looking at flags or like, beakers.
Well, you get like a booklet of stuff to kind of.
It's disposable. Like
yeah,
you
you
do
it. Yeah.
So that's the other thing. You rip it up. Which is something I really love in Pandemic Legacy, where you're ripping up cards and stuff. But also something we learned about from Pandemic Legacy is that sometimes you'll rip a card or you'll put a sticker on or something, and then you're like,
oh,
I did that
dang,
wrong.
Hold on.
Or I read that wrong. It's too late now.
Yeah.
It's too late. It's
that
done.
character's dead.
Yeah, you ripped him up.
I'm sorry.
So between the
you're up there with the tape.
I can save him.
You're like, hold on.
You got like the little.
That's right. We got this. Hold on.
So
it's fine.
Between the two different styles, I've really been enjoying the Unlocked one, and we've been playing it, both just her and I, and then we played it also with our child, and we've really been enjoying it.
Which your child really enjoyed it a lot,
I like
too.
that it has the companion app. So I would say the one that we probably have played the most. We played it more than once, which usually you can't do. Like you can't do that with the next game.
Yeah, how do you play Unlocked twice? I mean, don't you know all the puzzles?
Okay, so here's what you do: is you play the game. And then you wait 7 months to 8 months, and then you go, "Oh shit, I don't remember anything that happened in this game."
Well, so to a certain degree,
to a certain degree,
there'd be some things that I knew was like a bad combo. So then we just asked the kid, like, "What do you want to do?"
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you want to use this wrench?
It's almost like you're like DMing it a little bit.
Yes. Exactly. The second play around was more like DMing.
Time Stories is the same way.
Yeah.
If you play Time Stories,
you
can go back and play it again because you'll encounter different things.
And you'll look at different cards too.
But there's certain things that you see and you go, oh, I know if you talk to that guy, it's going to trigger something bad. So you just let the other people pick.
Or if you remember, like, we need to get to here, but I can't remember exactly the way that we got to there before. Like, I don't remember that. And then, like, the kind of cool thing was going over it the second time was as our kid was going through, like, she apparently has really good eyesight and, like, found things that we hadn't found. I was like, what is this?
That's actually one of the things I don't like about the Unlocked games is there's, like, little tiny numbers hidden.
The tiny thing is so hard
sometimes. And if you miss that, you're, like, stuck, and you're like, well, this
what is this? You're
the
like,
whole game is an eyesight test.
Like,
I want to
just light.
Give me
you're down there
stuff.
with a magnifying
glass. Let me work
glass.
out the puzzle, not like, do I have 20/20 vision or not?
But see, I like that puzzle more because it reminds more of an escape room.
Oh, that's
where
so
you're
funny.
Like, you're looking for tiny little clues that
but an escape
trigger
room,
something out.
The hidden seven's this big, not,
well, not
size
always.
3 fonts.
It depends on the escape room. Some of them, so like I would explain the differences. Like we've done escape rooms at a couple different places, right?
Yeah.
And some of them are very abstract, and you're just doing puzzles, and you know it's a
just
puzzle.
For the sake of puzzles.
This is a puzzle,
yeah,
right?
It doesn't
like,
thematically
But
make
there's
sense.
other. We had one where you had like this shovel, and you had to like put the shovel in a certain spot, and then it unlocked something else, and like that one felt like very themed and like thematic. When we were playing the submarine unlocked game.
Is that the sunken? Oh no, Unlocked. Sorry.
Right, unlocked. So we're doing the unlock game, and we're playing the one where you're in the submarine, and it's like the Nautilus one, right? You're in the Nautilus, and all the puzzles that you have to do are based off the submarine, and you're losing air. So if you fail like a test,
cool.
you lose air, or you can find additional air. So I really like that aspect of it, and the app, and how the app on your phone correlated with it. So like, it'd give you a code, and then you type the code in, and it'd be like, wrong. You lose, 2 minutes of air. You're like, oh my gosh, like it felt more like pressure with less abstract, just like, I'm ripping up this page. Why? To do what with it? Like, how does
Yeah,
this...
you did not like the exit series at all.
I love the exit games.
Well, with the
I like the
ones,
exit games,
I like
but
them more.
we'd
than
get
the
stuck
unlock.
to points where it'd be like, okay, I've got this thing that I folded, and it has colors that matches, but it also matches this and this and this.
Usually
like,
in the flavor
combination?
text at the beginning, they explain that, like, they've left this booklet behind to help you solve this puzzle.
Here it is. Here's what it is. The exit game is mechanical because you're mechanically moving things to make things happen.
Mechanically stronger, I would say, than unlocked.
But
as well.
the unlocked games, well, you're not moving things in the unlocked games. It's
Right.
just visual.
Maybe
The other
that's
problem with Unlock, I think, is that you'll have, like, in Unlock, you'll have red cards and blue cards, and they
Yeah.
have, like, little puzzle piece icons, and you know that certain colors go
Go
together.
together.
And you'll have, like, one red.
I have a wrench and a window. Maybe I should put these together.
Well, and if you're not sure which blue to put in, you can go, well, let's see, the totals are 94, 93, and 91. Look through the deck. Oh, there's only a 93. All right,
Yeah.
we know that's the right one.
cheating.
Yeah, but it just feels more like a fragile system, whereas, like, Exit,
Yeah.
you can't accidentally solve
No,
the
you
puzzle.
can't. You can't.
You have to figure it out.
You do.
See, I would disagree. I liked the fact that, like, for example, we didn't really realize how the puzzle pieces worked. So we had a wrench, we had a window. I was like,
And
oh,
then
we've got
Dr.
a
GloryHoundd's
red-
like,
yeah.
hey,
Let's smash the
throw
window.
let's throw the
But
wrench
see, like,
into the window.
Conceptually, I
What
wasn't there
number
yet.
is that?
You're
And I
like,
was
wait,
like,
we're underwater in a sub. Don't break the window.
Well, that was the great part
this
about
may
it.
not be good.
We started it off, and I was like, okay, well, these two pieces probably go together
Spoilers.
because it's a red and blue
Spoiler.
puzzle.
Spoilers.
piece. And then when they went together, and then I was like, oh,
And you're
yeah,
like,
I
oh, we
just
found
used-
something. And you were like,
I
yes,
was
this
excited.
is happening. And then you
found
flipped it over
drowning.
and you're like, I found water coming in. Dang it. It was not good.
Thanks for letting me know how that went. That was super inner monologue, I guess.
That's exactly how you
But
sounded
it was
when you were thinking
exciting
it.
to figure out, like, oh, okay, I just used this wrench on the window. Like, I made a crack.
The other thing that's
Yeah.
cool about Unlock is that they give you a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas with Exits, if you get stuck, that's fine. Just keep playing. It
Yeah.
might take you 2-3 hours. It's okay.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
And so I think that
Get up from the table, have a
Unlock does
snack.
sort of mirror the escape room experience, maybe
Yes.
technically better.
Yeah.
But I just love the mechanics and the puzzles and the innovation of the
and the
exit
exit
games.
Well, you're
games,
wrong.
yeah.
More.
So it's good to know.
Okay, well, it's not nice recording with you.
Okay, well, let's
Well,
go.
with your exit games, can you pass them along to your friends?
No. Well, although sometimes what we'll do is photocopy the pages.
Oh.
Do the puzzles on the photocopy, and then you can pass
So
them
now,
Cheating.
along.
not only are you talking about photocopying stuff, you're talking about buying stuff
Cheating.
online.
Well, because
Who are you, man?
You're cutting things up. So
You got to go to your friendly local game store for your games.
I'm in my friendly local game
That's,
store.
You better
that's
buy
right.
something
We're games
today.
you right
I'm
now.
like forced to buy something. If you're gonna record a podcast here, you have to
You gotta
buy
buy
a game.
something.
You
I
do.
bought-
That's
I've
right.
bought
That's right. That's
stuff
what you
here.
do.
I know you have.
Okay, well, let's go around and let's just do a quick which would you rather play. So, Greg, unlocked or exit?
Exit by far.
Okay,
Unlocked.
Really by far.
unlocked. I enjoy both of them, so I would play either. Like, I thought both were really enjoyable. Yeah, except like with one, I'm going to play without my glasses so I can see all the tiny
That's-
print on the cards.
I hate
and then
that
on
part.
the other one, I'm going to have glasses on, and that's about
You were a
it.
big fan of the idea of Renegade hiding secret icons on their
Well,
boxes.
Yeah.
That's
That.
not necessary to play the game. It's
Isn't
just
it
a
though?
fun little Easter egg.
Isn't it though?
Well, let's go to honorable.
You've given me a lot to think about.
Honorable
I know.
mentions, guys. So, Greg, where can we find you?
Hooked on Geek, we put out an episode every Monday. My wife and I, we talk about these sorts of topics, but we do top 5 lists. We have guests. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Hooked on Geek. My personal Twitter is Greg C. Dixon, GregCDickson, and check us out.
All right,
Give
Dr.
us a listen.
GloryHoundd, where can we find you?
Probably doing homework.
Oh yes, he does do a lot of homework.
that's mostly
It's a
what
true
I do
story.
right now.
We have
It's a true
We
story.
have a schoolboy here.
That's true.
Where can we find you online, though?
Dr. GloryHoundd on Twitter. Mm-hmm. You can find me. I mean, if you're playing any game and you see GloryHoundd with 2 G's at the end, it's me. Let's just be real.
I'm
on.
going to create fake
If
accounts.
you're playing Magic: The Gathering Arena and you run across
Yeah,
Dr.
GloryHoundd.
GloryHoundd, that's him.
I'm gonna
That's
create
him.
fake accounts.
I'm playing
now.
like
That
Asian-
say
PlayStation,
GloryHoundd,
Dr.
and I'm gonna have you
GloryHoundd.
say all these
I'm not gonna
horrible
lie.
slurs.
I have like 5. Right now, I have 5 like mobile games on my phone that I'm playing. All Dr.
Dr.
GloryHoundd.
GloryHoundd.
Or
Yeah. If you're
GloryHoundd.
playing a mobile game, just look it up. Just see.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
to
in there.
see. He's probably in there
I'm
somewhere.
probably playing it.
Yeah.
I've got so many that like because what I'll do is I'll play them for like a month or two, like 2 or 3 months.
I'm done.
I'll get to like a certain point and then I go, okay, I'm no longer having fun, and then I'll switch to a new mobile game.
And somewhere in there, you're fitting in some homework as well.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Or I'm on
Yeah.
Destiny or playing Magic Arena.
Well, make sure to like and subscribe
Or
to
watching
us
Netflix.
online.
Hulu.
Netflix and chill.
Give us
Voodoo.
some thumbs up on iTunes and Stitchers and all that stuff. And there's a little bell thing that you can ring to get events that we,
Hey,
we
sing,
have.
ring my bell.
Utah.
Go, go.
No, I'm not doing
You
that.
can ring-
But if you want to see really awesome pictures of us, you can just check out, just type into Google Uninvited Gamers, and it pulls up stuff. Yeah. It's mostly your little clip
I
things
know.
of your face.
I know.
But you can see like the 50 shades. You see the 50 shades of
What are we
GloryHoundd.
talking
50
about
Shades
right now?
of Glory.
Where she's like this. She's like, like it's all of them are just they just get better and better.
They're gonna get more ridiculous as I go along. I'm gonna get like the chicken dance in there and stuff like that, right?
Happy
That's
salmon.
right.
One of them, she's like crip walking. Like it's very
You
intense.
can find her in the club.
That's right. So just look us up online.
Doing some
All right.
dubstep.
All right. Well, everybody have a good night.
Boom.
Thanks for listening.